Hey guys, alright, it's Brett from Iron Body Martial Arts, IBMA. How's it going? In case you don't know, I run this channel here on YouTube. I have done for the past 7 years. It focuses mainly on old style traditional martial arts and conditioning training, toughness and endurance training, and aspects of survival and real world self-defense. I'm a big fan of everything martial arts related, MMA, combat sport. I'm a fan of the whole world of martial arts. I want to talk to you guys today about an awesome sporting event that's coming up, which is the fight between Thorbjornsen, if I'm saying his name correctly, and Eddie Hall. In case you don't know, Eddie Hall is a British strongman, one of the world's strongest men, and of course Thorbjornsen is the Mountain. Everyone knows him from Game of Thrones, and he's also one of the world's strongest men. So I'll throw up some pictures of them here now, but I wanted to have a quick chat to you guys from my martial arts perspective. I've been doing martial arts for 28 years. This from my martial arts perspective, even though it's only a boxing match, it always raises interesting questions and comments and people's opinions with regards to such a exhibition match, where these two huge guys are going to go for a boxing match. So let's look at the tail of the tape. This fight's only just been announced. It's going to be September 2021, so it's a little bit away. It gives the guys some time to train. They'll probably lose weight, I'm suggesting, as they try and increase their cardiovascular ability, because at the moment they've got cardiovascular ability for the moving of those big objects, but when it comes to boxing and moving fast and doing what they do, they're going to expend a lot of energy moving their bodies around. We've got Eddie Hall, who's 32, Thor is only 31, not much difference there. Eddie Hall 6'2", Thor is 6'7", so maybe a bit of a height advantage there, a bit of a reach advantage maybe, you don't know, but sometimes people's arms are disproportionate sometimes. It's the weights on here. We've got Eddie Hall at 25 stones 11 pounds and Thor at 30 stones 5 pounds. Whatever that is, it's some kind of British measurement, but yeah, there's a little bit more on Thor at the moment. Both guys owning the 500 kilo deadlift, which is awesome. Think of the power and the strength, and both guys having one world's strongest man title. So interesting times. Okay, so now that we've got that, what do I think about it? Well, I've been training martial arts for years. I love combat sports, boxing, kickboxing, karate, Shaolin Kung Fu. I love all those things. I really enjoy them. What do I think about it? Well, first off, I want to hear what you guys think about it. But what do I think about it? I think whenever such huge guys fight, who don't, they may have some boxing experience from the past, but their whole bodies have been geared to what they do, and that's strongman. And it's a really awesome sport. I admire what they can do with the strength and the power. I myself am a big fan of grip strength and any kind of conditioning and power and toughness training. So sure, the amount of power these guys are going to be able to put into stuff is awesome. The thing with boxing though, or pugilistic sports, is that obviously the weak points are your knuckles, your fingers, your bones, your hands, and these are things that you have to train. I mean, these guys have got big bones, strong hands, so that's awesome. But it's a bit like playing the guitar, like you can have tough fingers, you try and play a guitar, you can be like a builder, tradie, even me, a martial artist, you try playing the steel string guitar and all your years of training seem to go out the window. That guitar's like cutting into you, and then there's some girl over there playing the guitar and she's like smashing it and you're like, my fingers. So it's horses for courses. I think the hardest thing for these guys is going to be gassing out, the amount of bulk and weight that they carry. Or obviously I'm presuming they're going to drop some of that if they can. Well, they will be able to, but the amount of sort of weight and bulk they're carrying for moving, for training, it's going to be tiring. Sure, they're going to shed weight, I'm sure. On the actual fight night, there'll probably be two different people from what you see today, unless they just treat it as a total exhibition match, which they might do. With regards to skills wise and movement, I don't know who's going to be training them. I don't know if they're going to be having training. I'm guessing they will. They'll probably have awesome coaches, so we'll have to keep an update on that as it comes across. But yeah, just as a spectacle, I think a lot of people have already commented that people probably, probably going to be disappointed, and they may be disappointed because, when you see the two guys, you think, oh man, this is going to be crazy. But often when you see guys of that size who do that, and then they have a boxing match, it never quite delivers what you think it's going to deliver sometimes, because they're not fighters inherently. Yeah, they're tough guys, they've got strong spirits, but they're not fighters. Having said that, everyone and anyone has the spirit to be a fighter. I'm sure they've got it in them. I'm sure they can pull out the punches and give us a cool exhibition match. It'll be awesome if they do. Let's hope they don't just start and gas out. That does seem to happen with a lot of big guys. Let's hope they don't have the fear of those hands, that you see with a lot of big guys sometimes in these matches, where they just, they don't quite get stuck in, because they've got that kind of beginner's fear of getting hit. So that'll be based on their sparring and what kind of training they get, which once again I'm sure will be the best. And hey, I'm no sports combat commentator. I'm usually commentating or talking about traditional martial arts and stuff like that, but I've got a fair idea how of how that's going to be, based on pretty much what we've just said. On a final note, conditioning wise, because I'm the guy who likes to commentate on sort of traditional martial arts and conditioning, I think, if you're not a boxer, if you're not conditioned and trained and toughened up the joints and stuff, then it may be an issue for these guys putting the power that they've got into these strikes. Because I certainly know that when people start off boxing or whatever, they start off fighting sports, so many people for so many years have issues with like their wrists buckling and getting the strength and power into their hands. But having said that, with boxing, your hands will be wrapped, they'll be in big gloves. So let's see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see how the guys move. Sometimes you can get big guys that can just move. It'll be interesting to see how these guys fight, how they move, whether it's just a slugfest, whether they actually box, as in, technical boxing. Who knows what's going to happen. I think we all know what we think is going to happen, but let's give them a chance. Let's see what happens. I wish them all the best. I'll keep an eye on what's going on, and yeah. Cool. Hey guys, look, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be making some more commentary videos like this on martial arts, sports-based stuff. So if you like it, do like, subscribe. I'm going to continue obviously with my traditional martial arts and my martial arts videos and tutorials. I'm probably going to be doing a few more basic tutorials for people, because that's what a lot of people want, as opposed to the more complicated and advanced like iron hand training stuff. I'm going to continue with my training. Thanks a lot to the guys that support me on Patreon, patreon.com/IBMA. If you want to join up there, go and have a look, support the channel. Thanks a lot to Plum Dragon Herbs for supplying me with some Ditta Joe, some like training medicines for helping the muscles and bones and stuff. Check out them. Get a shirt from them, tell them I sent you, say hello. In the meantime, look, I hope everyone's doing well with this COVID-19. I wish you all the best. I hope your families are safe. I hope you can train in relative peace. And yeah, anyway, look, I'm going to go to bed because I've just finished a night shift. But look, thanks to you guys for supporting the channel, and I'll see you around.